Grab your drink, roll your papers, wind down, or speed up and get to work. It's your girl Shan with season 6 of She Gets It podcast. I'm with all of y'all as we navigate this new world we got. We are all adjusting to these new changes. Let's go.
Here we go.
Back to the show. What up, y'all? It's Shan. This is She Gets It podcast. This is season 6, episode 2. What I wanted to talk about today. I want to talk about, because there's so much growth through this. People who are on defense in conversation. That could be you. That could be you. That could be you. People who are automatically on defense in conversation. Why? Like, what's the issue? All I'm doing is having a discussion with you about a certain topic, and you're automatically boom, 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 boom. Why is that? You know, have you ever noticed when you try to talk to someone about a certain topic that shouldn't be too brash, that shouldn't be a problem, that they either blow up and make a big scene, or they get, super like, didn't mean to step on your toes. That's what we talking about. All right. So if you're trying to learn something with all of that, welcome. Get this. Let me eat this up. Let me feed you, okay? So people who are super defensive in conversation, people either yell, shut down, and don't talk, and don't say nothing, don't respond, don't do nothing. My mother is like that. I love her to death, but I'm direct when things need to be said, because there needs to be a solution on the table, because we're going to be in a situation where I need an answer, or there's a problem right now and I need a solution and I want to solve it with you. And when I'm around a person that shuts down and doesn't give me that feeling of, okay, glad we talked about it, got it off my chest, I'm forced to carry around the weight of having an unresolved issue. And I have to be around you, and I have to worry about you, and I have to worry about a situation being resolved. Everything's on me if I can't talk to you, especially as an adult. Now, a child, I understand defensiveness, but I'm talking about adult with adult. People deflect. People try to blame other people when they don't want to talk about a certain topic, and they get defensive. People will mock you. People will cry. They're not even in trouble. They're just crying to avoid talking about what needs to be discussed. People will raise their voices. I used to have an ex number 3. And one thing I did appreciate with him is we never argued, yelled, ever put hands on each other. It was always a pleasant discussion. Even when we disagreed, he would state his stuff, I would state my stuff, and either I'll talk to you later, or whenever you're ready to talk, I'll be here, but all right, enjoy your day. It was that. And at first, because I was so used to rah, 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 with rah, 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 and I was rah, rah, ready to rah, and this man was like, all right, well, this is what I'm not going to do, and this is what I will do. Well, with that being said, you have a great day. I'm just like, I like him. Like, when somebody can mellow that's very attractive to me. So I did like that. And then I also had relationships where I was with people that really gaslighted things, where really didn't have to be that. And then I made a promise to myself. I said, Chantal, and Chantal said, huh? What we're not going to do is repeat ourselves like we're raising a toddler because we don't have kids yet. I said, okay. And I would just have a conversation, and you'll be face to face with me, whether or not you wanted to digest what was said and listen or give any feedback. What I said is what I said. And then the next time you repeat the problem that I'm talking about, that I'm not about to deal with, you would just be the only one there with that problem, and it will no longer be a problem for me because I've moved on. Sometimes it's better to move on past people than to fight them on being better. I don't like repeating myself. I have 2 kids. That is all I got. That is all I would ever have, okay? I will not repeat myself for another adult. I'm going to say something one time. One of them is right here. I'm going to say something one time, and that's going to be that. And that's what people need. People need boundaries, okay? So when it comes back, let me pull y'all back in. When it comes back to people who are automatically defensive in conversation, sometimes it could be some people weren't taught to effectively communicate. Meaning, I'm going to talk to you, you're going to talk to me, you're going to be respectful, you're going to be courteous, you're going to be fair, and we're going to leave here understood, both of us, okay? Some people just want to fight just to fight. Some people don't want to learn because they choose to not learn. And then some people really don't understand, and if you say something in a particular way, you can help them understand a lot better. And that took years to understand. I remember being young, and when my cousins would try to help me do my math work, I hate math, by the way. When my cousins would try to help me do my math work, I would get so frustrated because it was in another language. Like I can look at the definition of what the type of math I was doing is, look at, this is the equation for this is how you do this. And then when I see that problem, I'm just like, I don't get it. It don't make sense. And then they would yell at me. They would repeat things in a strong tone, and I'm just like, you're not helping the situation. You're not helping. And sometimes people think if they yell louder, they're helping. People think if they get really rough with you, they're helping, and that doesn't help everybody. That may help a person in the past, but that doesn't help me personally. And I know there's a lot of people like myself that really don't feed off of that energy. And I think when you want to approach a situation in a calm way, you have to have the mindset to have your boundaries for a calm vibration throughout the whole conversation. A calm vibration throughout the whole conversation. We changing things, okay? New world, new you. We changing things. So if you are not ready to have a discussion with someone where you can calmly have a discussion, don't have it. Don't bring it up. Let's not do it. But don't avoid it. Be professional and be like, you know what? I do want to talk to you, but right now is not the time and place. I will talk to you, but could you give me a day? Could you give me a few hours? I will call you at whatever o'clock. Don't be avoidant to where you just like, oh my God, they're here. Oh, okay. Tell them I'm not in the office. Tell them. Come on, man. Come on. If the no is a no right now, it's gonna be a no later. If it's a yes right now, but you don't want somebody to feel like you're this or you're that because you said a yes so quick, stop, okay? Be honest and be upfront with people. A lot of people are floating around jobs, relationships, and situations because people don't want to be direct with them and tell them you're not it. I don't think that you're a bad person. I don't think that you're horrible. I don't hate you. I just don't feel like you're fit for this situation, for what I have here. But if something comes up, I will definitely reach out to you and let you know about that opportunity. That's not something that only happens in interviews. That happens with people, that happens with family, friends, relationships. Like, you have to be able to be honest and be like, you know what? I didn't like what you did. And I did appreciate this, but I didn't appreciate this. Is there any way where we can avoid this next time? And if the other person is very like resistant, be like, no, that's just how I am. Okay, well, thank you for taking the time out. Know that you're done and know that that person is just not for you. Like, all of my exes, please. They are lovely people for someone else. I just know that they are not the people for me, and that is okay. A lot of people you grow through, you don't grow with, okay? And, you know, having a parent that was very direct and having a parent that was avoidant, it didn't help me when it came down to a conversation, because nobody told me this is the right thing to do, and nobody told me this is the wrong thing to do. I had to figure that out for myself with different energies of people and different personalities of people that I would work with, make friends with, or date. That's just like what it was. And it's just better if somebody really takes the time and really teaches you that you don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to throw things. You don't need to cry and get really emotional because someone is trying to help you be better. Someone is trying to be a guide in your life, a light. Because sometimes what you do that's incorrect at your internship can cost you what you do at your corporate job 10 years later. And so if someone doesn't set you aside or have that lunch with you or that coffee and be like, hey, next time a client comes through, this is the appropriate way to do X, Y, and Z. How would you know in order to be the best at that job later or tomorrow? Like, we need teachers to teach. We also need friends that are aware of our potential to be better. And when I see friends that can be better, I'm not going to be a friend if I don't point some things out to you that you can grow through. Like, I'm not going to be a friend. I'm not going to be a friend if, you know, I don't talk to you about how that situation could have been handled better, I think. Okay, I'm not telling you this is what you need to do. I'm saying I think this could have been handled better if this was said this way and you didn't do X, Y, and Z. With some relationships, I've learned to not say certain things. I've learned to not respond. I've learned to allow and let. And then once you see that what you thought didn't work, we can talk about it. And sometimes people are never going to be comfortable in talking about stuff. I've had best friendships go through smithereens, honey, because people don't want to be honest and direct about what they could have done a bit better. People don't want to have the discussion sometimes about going about something better. Sometimes it's just easier to avoid and have people back you up on your wrongs. And that's not fine for me, but I'm just saying sometimes you have to be okay with people not wanting to grow through being better people. Sometimes people don't want to know a more respectful way or a better way of handling a situation. You know, how to have an opposing opinion but still be respectful. There's also a way, like, okay, that's your opinion. I don't agree. Some people do not know, for the life of me, and I do not understand. They do not know how to respectfully disagree in a loving way. And it frustrates me because that's all you can do. My mother is 66, and still to this day, she is avoidant. She would rather be upset about something in her mind, not directly talk to you, pack her bags, talk to whoever is going to take her from point A to point B, disappear, and have you wonder, I haven't seen her in a couple of days. Is she okay? And you call her and she's having a normal conversation with you like nothing. Sometimes people are just avoidant, and being that she's 66, I don't think she wants to learn a better way of working through that. When conflict will come up growing up, my mom will shut down. Like, shut down. She'll be physically there, but mentally she's gone. She's not moving. She's not talking to you. And a lot of times when that did happen to me growing up, I was by myself. I was in the midst of whatever's going on, and I had to defend myself. So now that I'm older and I have kids, my mom always likes to say, "Oh, you're so mean," or "You're too brash." And I'm just like, girl, I have spent most of my life defending myself from the outside, because you were supposed to be a parent that was supposed to be able to stand up and do that for me as a child. And I spent years of having to do that for myself. So now when it comes to conflict, issues, or problems, I'm better off, or I feel I'm better off doing it myself. It's hard for me to ask for help because I saw that my mother had issues asking for help. It's even when people are trying to give things to me, I don't like not knowing the reason behind the giving. It's hard for me to accept people just giving me things. I like to earn things that I have, so I don't have to second guess the motivation behind you giving me that. And sometimes it backfires, but it all goes back to feeling like you have to defend yourself, protect yourself from something you may be assuming the whole time. Like when somebody talks to you, it's not because they feel like you're wrong and you did something bad. Sometimes it could be like, you know what? I feel like this is going to be easier for you if you use this. Or I feel like this job will be perfect for you if you go here. I'm not saying that I hate you and I don't want you here. I'm just saying, like, with your personality and what you're really great at, this will be a better fit for you. Some people get so overworked in their heads, they trip themselves up in life, and you don't have to do that. You can change that today. If I can change it, you can change that today. Properly working through your emotions is super important. Like, if you ever were angry at anything, it's very important to be able to communicate what led up to your anger so you can explain it to somebody that could possibly want to help you. If you've dealt with any trauma, it's very important to know what things trigger that trauma so it doesn't come up in life randomly and you don't know what to do with it. Especially before you have kids. If you have kids and you haven't dealt with any trauma that you have, I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're going to have a hard time dealing with that. And then you're going to display habits. I'm going over my time. Then you're going to display habits where your kids may act like you act because your parent acted like that. So if you don't correct it, the next generation will follow it. And all I'm saying is we have to learn how to take constructive criticism. We have to learn how to work through our emotions. We have to learn to not be so defensive all the time, and learn to listen and learn to hear people out. And if you disagree, you don't have to be rah about it. That's all I'm trying to say. I just want some change. Just want something new for us. I just want people to be better. As always, my name is Shan. Thank you for watching She Gets It. I appreciate you. Please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, on Anchor, on Spotify, or you could just watch it here because I'm going to be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be here the whole season. I'm going to be here, posted in the light. That's a wrap. That's another show. Thank you for staying. Thank you for listening. Thank you for checking out She Gets It. There is a merch available for you guys to shop at on teespring.com. The link will be in the info section. She Gets It shop is on there. Also, please don't forget to add me. Follow me on IG and Twitter. She Gets It Pod. All right? Hashtag She Gets It. You'll find me. Trust me. On FB, Facebook. Don't forget to add the page, She Gets It Pod. Join the She Gets It affiliates. I would love to have you in there to discuss episodes, discuss thoughts, get that feedback. And please don't forget to rate the episode, rate the show. I just want to know, am I going in a direction that you guys, are learning something from? Is it something you want to learn more about? I would love to hear y'all feedback. I love the fact that you guys support and listen to me blab and run my mouth. And if you just want to support the show, go to anchor.fm/SheGetsIt/support. Thank you, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.